Greetings, Wunderneek. I am Parthenax. Who are you? What brings you to my Strumach, my mountain? Yes, Vaza. You speak true, Dovahkiin. Forgive me. It has been long since I held Tinvak with a stranger. I gave in to the temptation to prolong our speech. Evenar Balok, there are many hungers it is better to deny than to feed. Drechni Nakib, discipline against the lesser aids in Kachnar, denial of the greater. Tell me, why do you come here, Volan? Why do you intrude on my meditation? Drem, patience. There are formalities which must be observed at the first meeting of two of the Dove. By long tradition, the elder speaks first. Hear my... Feel it in your bones. Match it, if you are Dovahkiin. Why do you intrude here, if not for Tinvak? You'll understand fire as the Dove do.
Oh, fuck.
Ah, yes. Sosedo Vrostmul. The dragon blood runs strong in you. It is long since I had the pleasure of speech with one of my own kind.
Your eyes are weird. I don't think I ever looked into the eyes of a dragon. What? No. No. Where, oh.
So, you have made your way here to me. No easy task for a Jor, mortal. Even for one of Dovahsos, dragon blood. What would you ask of me? I have expected you, Proda. You would not come all this way for Tinvak with an old Dova. No, you seek your weapon against our Alduin. Alduin Comet Teed. What else would you seek? Alduin and Dovahkiin return together. But I do not know the Thum you seek. Croesus, it cannot be known to me. Your kind, Jor, mortals, created it as a weapon against the Dove, the dragons. Our Hadrine, our minds, cannot even comprehend its concepts. Drem, all in good time. First, a question for you. Why do you want to learn this Thum? Prusa, as good a reason as any. There are many who feel as you do, although not all. Some would say that all things must end, so that the next can come to pass. Perhaps this world is simply the egg of the next Kalpa, Lean Vokeen. Would you stop the next world from being born? Paz, a fair answer. Rofus, maybe you only balance the forces that work to quicken the end of this world. Even we who ride the currents of time cannot see past time's end. Wulsetid los trahodis. Those who try to hasten the end may delay it. Those who work to delay the end may bring it closer. But you have indulged my weakness for speech long enough. Croesus, now I will answer your question. Do you know why I live here at the peak of the Monavin, what you name throat of the world? True, but few now remember that this was the very spot where Alduin was defeated by the ancient tongues. Varucht Unslad. Perhaps none but me now remember how he was defeated. Yes and no. Viknusni Karon. Alduin was not truly defeated either. If he was, you would not be here today seeking to defeat him. The Nords of those days used the dragon-rend shout to cripple Alduin, but this was not enough. Okmulag Unslad. It was the Kell, the Elder Scroll. They used it to cast him adrift on the currents of time. Not intentionally. Some hoped he would be gone forever, forever lost. Meye. I knew better. Tidbo Amativ. Time flows ever onward. One day he would surface. Which is why I have lived here. For thousands of mortal years, I have waited. I knew where he would emerge, but not when. because of what the ancient Nords did to Alduin. If you brought that Kell, that Elder Scroll back here to the Tid Ahran, the Time Wound, with the Elder Scroll that was used to break time, you may be able to cast yourself back to the other end of the break. You could learn Dragonrend from those who created it. Croesus, no, I know little of what has passed below in the long years I have lived here. You are likely better informed than I. Trust your instincts, Dovahkiin. Your blood will show you the way. I do not know. Perhaps in the very doing, they erased the knowing of it from time itself. The Dove are children of Akatosh. Thus, we are specially attuned to the flow of time. Perhaps also uniquely vulnerable. I warned them against such a rash action. Even I could not foresee its consequences. Nust Lihon, they would not listen. Yes, there were a few of us that rebelled against Alduin's Thur, his tyranny. We aided the humans in his overthrow. But they did not trust us, ni Ov. Their inner counsels were kept hidden from us. I was far from here on the day of Alduin's downfall, but all Dove felt the sundering of time itself. I cannot tell you in detail. I never heard it used. Kogan. It was the first Thum created solely by mortals. It was said to force a dragon to experience the concept of mortality. A truly von Mindoran, incomprehensible idea to the immortal Dove. I have taught the way of the voice for centuries, and the Thum since long before that. But no, Dovahkiin. Others do not come here to train anymore. Saran, you are the first in over 100 years. I meditate on the Rotmulag, the words of power. I counsel in their use. It is enough for me. Knowing a word of power is to take its meaning into yourself. Contemplate the meaning of a Rotmulag. You will become closer to that word as it fills your inner self. Will I teach you, Dovahkiin? What word calls you to deeper understanding? There are 3 to master. Fus, Faim, and Yol. It is called force in your tongue. But as you push the world, so does the world push back. Think of the way force may be applied effortlessly. Imagine but a whisper pushing aside all in its path. That is Fus. Let its meaning fill you. Sum arc mora. You will push the world harder than it pushes back. Return it here to the Tid Achran. Then, Kele Vomindok. Nothing is certain with such things. But I believe the scroll's bond with the Tid Achran will allow you a seeing, a vision of the moment of its creation. Then you will feel, know Dragon Rend in the power of its first expression. You will see them, Uthfadon, my friends, Haken, Gormlaith, Feldir. The first mortals that I taught the Thum, the first tongues, the leaders of the rebellion against Alduin. They were mighty in their day, even to attempt to defeat Alduin. Sahrot Yun. The Nords have had many heroes since, but none greater. Drem Yolok, greetings.
Yep.
Lok Thum.
What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay, I have three more shots to do. That is in Russian, or some Slavic language, so I don't know how to respond to that. Okay, what should I try to... If I try for Soul Tear, that'll be 2 achievements. I don't know how far into the Dragon Guard... Fuck, that sounds cool. Dawn Guard questline I am. I've done Redwater Den. So after the Chalice. Yeah, I'm going. I need to get to Soul Karen, because then I can get my hands on that awesome spell or power, whatever it is, which will get me a free horse wherever I go, which will be insane. I just realized I don't know where Serana spent this entire time. I definitely locked her as a companion. But I don't know where she is. Okay, let's see. Yes, Argo.
Do you need something? Can you feel it? You're now so much more than you were before. Time was I could barely hold my own in the Companions. Now I could slaughter them all without a second thought. And I'm not half the vampire Lord Harkon is. Truth is, I'm better with a forge than I am with claws or fangs. I was. Didn't progress very far. Never did care for their attitude. Acting like they're better than everyone else. But none of that matters now. I'm not the most powerful of vampires, but I'm good with a hammer. See for yourself.
Not even gonna lie, that is the last thing I was expecting to happen. Yeah, you have literally nothing that I want. Then again, my chest, whatever the fuck it's called is a dangerous artifact, which literally poisons people when they're nearby.
I leave politics to others. I serve the lord of the castle.
I think my father wanted to see you. Have you talked to him yet?
You know what?
That's
Oh, I see now.
a long story.
I haven't unlocked his companion yet.
I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Do you know where vampirism came from?
No, I kind of forgot.
Exactly. The first vampire came from Molik Bal. She was not a willing subject, but she was still the first. Molik Bal is a powerful Daedric lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust. Nobody's ever asked me that before. I don't know. I think mostly I hate what it's done to my family. Well, you've met most of us. My father's not exactly the most stable, and eventually he drove my mother crazy with him. And it all ended with me being locked underground for who knows how long. It's definitely been a bad thing, on the whole. A cure? Why even think of it that way? I can't think of any reason I'd want to lose this gift. Especially after what I did to get it.
Alright.
It may have driven my family apart, but I'm still here. And I'm alive. I won't give this up. I think my father wanted to see you. Have you talked to him yet?
No.
You are here. Good.
I need to get rid of these two. I mean, the mud crab is fine, but I fucking hate you, Nick
You are
Sound.
here.
Wait, can't I remove voice lines? That might...
Good. As a vampire, you will gain new powers, but also a weakness to sunlight. With each passing day that you do not feed upon those who are sleeping, and your vulnerability to sunlight will diminish along with your powers. You have earned my trust, so I will share what I can. Sarana and her mother disappeared long ago. I commanded every vampire in the court to look for them. But after centuries of searching without success, I lost hope. In my heart, I know that it was my wife, Valerica, who took my beloved daughter away from me. If I ever see her again, she will pay most dearly for that betrayal. What else do you want to know?
Her name was Valerica. She has been gone for so long now, I can only assume she has left this world one way or another. I will say only that we did not part on good terms. What else do you want to know? Very well.
That's all I could ask.
When you first transform into a vampire lord, you will hover in the air. While you do, you will command the powers of blood and night. Descend to the ground, and you can attack with your claws, and with experience, your powers will grow, and you will discover new ways to use them. Yes, I did. When I told you that I was grateful for my daughter's safe return, I told the truth. But I did not tell you everything. Good. Strong instincts and a cunning mind will serve you as well as blade, spell, or claw. As you know, vampires are powerful, but we have limits. Our great enemy is the sun. And until recently, it's an enemy we've had no way to fight. For centuries, I searched for an answer to this problem. I found an old prophecy written by a moth priest. Those scholars who read the Elder Scrolls. The prophecy tells of a time in which vampires will gain power over the sun and will no longer fear its tyranny. I believe the secret to unraveling that prophecy is written in Serana's Elder Scroll. I have ordered the court to assemble. I have a new task for us all to carry out, and that includes you. Come now, and hear my proclamation.
It doesn't matter what happens, it'll be ruined by the fact that I have a fucking... I was about to say, if you're carrying something, I'm gonna just send you home because you're ruining this entire... all the thematicness of this.
Scions of the night, hear my words. The prophesied time is at last upon us. Soon we will claim dominion over the sun itself and forge a new realm of eternal darkness. Now that I have reclaimed one of my Elder Scrolls, we must find a moth priest to read
Oh, we're doing that.
I have spread false rumors about the discovery of an Elder Scroll in Skyrim to lure a moth priest here. Now it is time to see if those efforts have borne fruit. Go forth and search the land for rumors of a moth priest within our borders. Look to the cities. Speak to innkeepers, carriage drivers, anyone who would meet a traveler. Go now and carry out this task. This is my command.
It will be done. Most interesting.
Any idea how you're going to find a moth priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place. Well, back before you know, the College of Winterhold was the first place I'd think to go for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about. Actually, now that I think of it, I'm going to come along with you. I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit. I mean, as much as anyone. Not a lot. You'd figure a couple 100 years locked away with one would have given me some insight, but no. Turns out you don't learn much from just sleeping with something. Not at this rate, no.
Why the fuck did my character ask that? Why though? I'm almost certain.
Bring me peace.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books. Hundreds of years have gone into assembling this collection. It's going to stay pristine, understand? I know what you want. Word travels fast around here. Discovered some big mystery, huh? Well, you don't even need to ask. No, I don't have anything for you. Not anymore, anyway. I said not anymore. Orthorn stole a number of books when he ran off to Felglow Keep to join those summoners. Some kind of peace offering. I think one of those volumes may have had some relevant information. If you want them, you'll have to talk to Orthorn. Not enough to bother with. Archmage Aaron's approach to these things is just to let them sort themselves out. Although now it looks like you'll be doing the sorting. Good luck with that. A moth priest? What in Oblivion do you need a moth priest for? Fine, fine. No need to get your britches in a twist. The obvious answer is to go to the Imperial City. The moth priests make their home in the White Gold Tower. Sometimes they go out looking for Elder Scrolls. Lucky for you, there's a moth priest in Skyrim right now, doing just that. He stopped in to do some research in the library, then left for Dragonbridge. If you hurry, you might catch him there.
No! I didn't want to go to Dragonbridge!
This is a perfectly valid school of magic.
You there. I have questions for you. You were in Sarvo, yes? It has come to my attention that something was found there. I know full well that you have. Please do not insult my intelligence. Torfdir is still there now, is he? I shall expect a full report when he returns. Something was discovered in Sarthol that was significant enough that That sounds precisely like the sort of thing that should... Thank you for your help. You may go now.
I don't know the commands, otherwise I'd rename you to Rarted. Because that's what you are, Ankano. You are beyond stupid. In fact, being in your presence literally makes me stupider. Have you played the game in months? Oh, haven't streamed the game in months. I've been definitely influenced by other people who play this game. Yeah, I was totally going to do this. The problem is, I don't want to. Oh, hello, Felix. Come back. I just want to move the thing closer.
Father, I'm worried. Be fine. I know you will, but all the same, remember everything I said. Stay alert. Get to the cities, make your observations, and move on. I understand. You're being paranoid. I'm inspecting security, not charging off into battle. There's not a lot that can go...
I just remembered that, this is post me conquering Skyrim.
Emperor's safety is concerned, anything could go wrong.
The Empire is coming to a conquered Skyrim. Okay.
Off with you now, and good travels. Farewell, Father. I'll return as soon as I'm able.
Well, this is it then. Look after yourself, Gaius. You're doing your duty, and I'm proud of you, but you better come back to me. You hear?
Oh, Vida. I may travel alone, but you know I carry you always in my heart. I'll see you soon. Trust me, we have nothing to say to one another. Now I remember. You're the... No, so, I'd be a fancy fifth at the ball, eh? I'm a swordman. Trust me, we have nothing to say to each other. Trust me. We have nothing to say to each other.
Come on, brain. Use your magic. No. I mean, yes, it makes sense that people would show up if it's daytime. Spooky. Why is there just a book of vampirism there?
Seems welcome, traveler. Moth priest? I'm sorry, but I don't know anything. Try asking one of the guards. Both the Imperials and Stormcloaks have sent riders this way. They stayed at the inn but didn't pay. They said soldiers don't... And that's not all. They took a heap of our lumber, and one tried to have his way with my daughter. They think they can do whatever they want. Of course. Every night I pray that we don't get a visit from a dragon, or that two armies don't show up to fight over the bridge. You ask if I'm worried. I'm terrified, if you want the truth of it. But I have to stay strong for my wife and children. I grew up an orphan on the streets of Markarth. I'd have died there too, but for the kindness of an old warrior named Logrove the Bent. Logrove rescued me and gave me enough money to get out of the city. I followed the Karth River north and came here. When I met Michelle, I knew this is where I belonged. I suppose that's it, really. All right, then.
The Imperials think we need their laws.
If it's because I conquered, oh no. Go talk with the guards. Talks to one of the guards. Oh no. There's definitely not a reason I'm trying to collect as much blue mountain flowers as I can. Definitely not.
Mind you don't cross Cassius. He's in charge around here.
So?
Fate is the name. I keep the inn.
Poor little innkeeper. Where the fuck is everyone?
Don't start any trouble, and I think we'll get a...
I know for a fact there's a lot of people in this town. So, there they are. There's one.
Have you met my husband? Nah, I don't think so.
Your skin's as pale as the snow.
Are you a soldier? One day, I'm going to be a soldier.
I'm not just a soldier. I am literally... I'm not gonna say that. It's dumb.
Dragons?
Not many people will understand the reference either. Yeah, I'll say it. I'm literally Keter class. Haha, haha. References.
Make yourself useful and chop up some firewood. There's a few coins in it for you. Nah, I don't think so. All right then.
Oh, fuck. Do I progress this quest? If it's because the guards have been swapped out, then I'm fucked. Because they're not coming back. Due to this being post-Civil War. Yes, I am. What's up? So this is not a known bug. If it's a bug in the first place, and I'm doing this wrong. Well, if I'm doing this right or wrong. Where did he go? He got to Markarth already? Christ! There's a reason I didn't want to go to Dragon Bridge, because this would happen. Fucking hell. You trigger him, and then you start going everywhere. Like I can kill. I can just kill him here. Wherever he is. Up there. Yeah, it's him. Alright. I probably got rid of my paralysis potions. Fucking hell. Why did I do that? Why do I do this to myself? No, I didn't. Actually, that's a pretty good paralysis poison.
You need a drink. Seal the blood in.
Where am I supposed to get?
God gave you two hands. Gave you...
I have to kill him in a city. I don't think there's any place in the city.
Keep back, citizen. I have important business I must attend to.
Who's there?
What do you think you're doing?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Time to end this little game.
Someone do something.
Where'd you come from?
Fucking hell. Why did I bring you along, Serana? You are abs- Oh, fucking hell.
Ran off, I suppose.
Ah, at last. I've been anxiously awaiting your return. Yes, I know. As does Astrid. You have done well, and have earned both your reward and a bonus, as I have mentioned. But you should know that we have a more pressing matter to deal with. It's... Cicero. There's been an incident. You should proceed into the sanctuary. I'll let Astrid explain.
Just try to relax, Vizara. Let the elixir do its work. You'll feel better shortly.
Thank you, dear. You are most kind. The Jester's cut feels as bad as it looks, I'm afraid.
Damn it, this never should have happened. We knew better. We knew better, and still we let our guards down. Ugh!
I'll admit, even I'm having a hard time disagreeing with you.
Marrow is dead, I know, but we've got bigger problems right now. The fool went absolutely berserk. He wounded Vizara, tried to kill me, and then he fled. I knew that lunatic couldn't be trusted.
Oh, it's true, I'm afraid. Cicero was a little whirlwind, slashing this way and that. It would have been funny if he weren't trying to murder us all.
Don't forget the ranting and raving. About the Night Mother, how she was the true leader of the Dark Brotherhood, and Astrid was just a pretender.
Look, we've got to deal with this situation. You've got to deal with this situation.
Felix.
I want you to find that miserable little fool and end his life. But first, find my husband. Make sure he's all right. After the attack, Arnbjorn flew into a rage. When Cicero left, Arnbjorn went after him. They disappeared into the wild. Search Cicero's room. Maybe there's something in there that sheds some light on where he might have gone. Let me know the minute you find something. I've got to see to Vizara and calm everyone down.
Trusted by a fool. Who's the fool now,
Hush, Vizara. You were very brave. Astrid may well be dead if not for you.
She's right. I'll be forever in your debt, dearest brother. Now be quiet. Just rest.
1 sec. Excuse me.
Have you found something? Good, good. Does it say where he may be headed? The Dawnstar Sanctuary? Whatever for? Never mind, it doesn't matter. You need to leave. Now. Every moment counts. So I want you to take my horse. His name is Shadowmere. You'll find him outside by the pool. Let's just say he's one of us. Find Arnbjorn. Make sure my husband's all right. And then send that jester's twisted little soul to the void in as many pieces as possible. No, nothing. At least, nothing I'm aware of. Well, if I'm being honest, I haven't exactly been discreet lately in expressing my frustration with this whole situation. Obeying the Night Mother, you being the listener, it's ridiculous. No offense. Cicero may have overheard me talking to one of the others about the Night Mother, but to go this far, to attempt to murder the leader of a sanctuary, Cicero must pay with his life. Oh, it's ancient. Apparently one of the first sanctuaries in Skyrim. It hasn't been used by the Brotherhood in close to 100 years. If you say Cicero is gone there, it stands to reason that he's familiar with the place. That means you'll be fighting him on his own ground. Tread carefully. Look, the Dark Brotherhood is a family. This sanctuary, werewolves, wizards, eternal 10-year-old vampires, what does it matter? In truth, I've rarely met a lunatic I haven't liked. Cicero's problem isn't his madness. It's an adherence to an ancient, outmoded way of life. The Night Mother's ways simply are not our ways. He just couldn't accept that. And now he'll have to pay the price. This sanctuary has been my entire life since I was a young woman. That's when I first discovered my, shall we call it, aptitude for elimination. I had an uncle, you see. He made certain unwanted advances. So I killed him, and liked it. Then I killed again, and liked it even more. And so on. I was recruited by the Dark Brotherhood, and have been here ever since. I met my husband, Armbjorn, rose to leadership. And now, here we are.
Okay, it's both your feet. What the fuck is wrong with your... Why are they clipping into the ground? Okay, I don't think they... there you go. Yeah, one more time.
I took that prancing fool into my home, and this is how he repays me?
Behold, shit, I'm here. Good to see you again, Shadowmere. Fuck yeah. It is great to see it again.
Should have figured Astrid would send you. Ugh, what gave it away? Yeah, gotta admit that little Chester's good with that butter knife. But don't worry, I gave as good as I got. In there, through the door. Some old sanctuary by the looks of it. I would have followed him, but I don't know the phrase. Alright, you convinced me. Doubt I'd be much good to you anyway. The little fop cut me pretty deep. But I slashed him good. Pretty sure I severed an artery. Don't know what you're gonna find in there. But you can probably just follow the blood.
I think I remember hearing you could heal him. Yeah, no, you can't. That would have killed me, like, completely, otherwise. With the amount of healing I just did. What the fuck?
Do me a favor and kill that little jester twice. Just to make sure.
That is really... I know this is a specific interaction point. But why can she do that? That's retarded.
Do me a favor.
But why though?
What is life's greatest illusion?
What is it?
Oh, I knew you'd come. Send the best to defeat the best. Astrid knew her stupid wolf couldn't slice.
Fuck.
Who's there?
Come on, LeChance, speak. No? Fucking hell. Oh my!
Knew I heard something.
Fucking hell, these guys do a lot of damage. Why is it on adept? I put it on novice. Because I got annoyed because I got fucking killed. Because I've been too lazy to figure out how to do that.
Slow down a bit. It's not what I used to be.
chance here.
Chili. You'll enjoy this. Not an original part of the sanctuary per se. It's kind of forced addition. Forced by what? Oh, come and see. All right. So Cicero attacked that harlot Astrid. Well, what's a fool to do when his mother is slandered and mocked? Surely the listener understands.
Stranger to murder. Practice does make perfect.
I should have picked that up. Damn it.
Cicero admits he thought the listener would be dead by now. Maybe we could just about this. Let bygones be bygones.
Fuck.
If it's any comfort, I man about these. Tell me that hokey sheepdog before that done no.
Through the powers of the void.
And now we come to the end of our play. The grand
Father works. His work has just begun.
You caught me. I surrender.
listen, eh? Of course, of course. The listener listens. A joke. A funny joke. I get it. Then listen to this. Don't kill me. Let poor Cicero live. I attacked the strumpet bastard. I did.
Oh, okay.
And I do it again. Anything for our mother. Return to the Pretender. Tell her I'm dead. Tell her you strangled me with my own intestines. But lie. Yes, lie. Lie and let me live.
I grow restless, as does my blade.
Do what you will. Cicero has no fight left. In the end,
Oh my.
this will judge us both.
Yes, I am letting him go. If I let him go, he'll come back as a friendly character in the future. I know because I already did this before.
Arnbjorn is safe, and for that you have my thanks. But what of the fool? Is Cicero dead? Excellent. Once again, you've proven yourself a born assassin. Tell you what, why don't you hold on to Shadowmere a while longer? He's a fine steed, and hasn't been ridden nearly as much as he should lately. And now that this Cicero mess has been mopped up, we can get back to the matter at hand, There's just one more target before we strike out at the Emperor. Have you by chance heard of the Gourmet? Read his cookbook? It's become quite a phenomenon.
Dreary.
The Gourmet is scheduled to cook for the Emperor at a special dinner. You'll kill him, steal his writ of passage, and assume the role of Master Chef. Festus has been spearheading this part of the assassination plan. He's close to uncovering the identity of the Gourmet. You should report to him. Watch yourself out there.
My blood. It is yours.
Manor house during the thunderstorm. What can I say? It happened just like you heard.
But to be outnumbered 20 to 1.
When I become wolf, I am treachery incarnate. And then, there is no one who can stand between the hunter and his prey.
My listener.
Brother, once I was a shadow scale, an assassin in service to the King of Black Marsh, trained by the Dark Brotherhood since the day of my hatching. But that was a lifetime ago. Today, I am the last of my kind. My order is extinct. Now, I happily serve Astrid in this sanctuary. I am a trained killer, and once again have been given purpose. Life is good.
Is it?
The shadow scales are all but forgotten. Ancient tradition from another time. Kill well and often.
Guys, he was holding it. I'm highly certain that you guys saw him holding
Quite a
it
boon, looking
with
like
one
a
hand.
child. No one ever suspects a thing.
There you are. Took your sweet time dealing with Cicero, eh? Now let's get down to business. Astrid told you. Quite so. But first, you'll need to learn who he is. Assuming, of course, that the gourmet actually is a he. Could be a woman, for all we know. Oh, indeed I do. Indeed I do. In my, investigations, I came upon this. It's a copy of the gourmet's cookbook. Oh, but not just any copy. It's signed, you see. Seems to be a message from the gourmet to one Anton Varan. I've tracked Varan to the keep in Markar. It would seem he's the cook. I believe so. Therefore, you are to obtain that information from Varan, who the gourmet really is and where he can be found. Oh, and when you're done with Varan, kill him. Loose ends and all that. Next, you'll have to... Are you still paying attention? As I was saying, you'll need to kill the gourmet, of course. But what's more, you'll need to get his writ of passage so you can take his place. Oh, and if you can, hide his body. The longer it takes for anyone else to determine his real identity, the better. Now off with you. Nobody knows his true identity. Well, nobody except Gaius Morrow. You've already taken care of him. Well, I do know the gourmet was classically trained in traditional Breton cuisine in Hyrog. So, that's where he must have met Anton Varan. In any event, our anonymous chef shares a passion for food with all of Tamriel. And that anonymity will prove the Emperor's undoing.
He's a Breton. I'm a Breton.
Remember, the Markov Keep. That's where you'll find Anton Varan. Probably cooked up all of the gourmet's recipes.
They'll make this much easier to pass off. Because, you know. Breton. No one's showing up in chat. It's annoying. I mean, I haven't streamed in a while, but people were supposed to be talking in chat. Then I was going to talk. Then
Vida's teaching me the Endkeeper's trade. She runs the Four Shields.
Hey, you mix potions, right?
If you're looking for a room, try asking one of the guards. Until
You're a
next time.
well-traveled sort. I can tell just looking at you.
What is it? My cousins are fanciers cod like white men. Let me guess. Hail, the Imperial... Seems the What, for a dragon? One of the guards said, got to keep my eyes open. Damn dragons could swoop down at any time.
The Imperials think we need their laws.
says I'm too young to fight. I don't know what a moth priest is, but I did see an old man in a robe. Now, they didn't stop to visit, though. They rode through town, heading south. It was only just a little bit ago. I bet you can catch them if you hurry up.
Sweet.
All right, then.
Is the true death.
Mind yourself.
I don't think I have any health potions, actually. Ooh boy. Oh, I do. Where the fuck did you get a mud crab from? Where are you going? Okay. Why is there a giant? But why though?
Yes, kill the chef, and then steal the very idea. For that is the true death.
Who's there?
Oh no.
No, sure. Who's there? No, sure, I heard something.
Excuse me. What the hell did I hit?
Who's there? Who's there? Who's there? No, sure. Who's there? Who's there? No, sure, I heard something. Who's there?
Killing
Those vampires put up a hell of a fight. You think they turned him?
I don't know. Maybe. Won't know until we get him out of here.
How did you do that?
I'm working on it. Now give me some silence so I can think. What was it? Thought I heard something.
Defines. It's as if my... What would you have of me, Mal? Certainly. Where can I find them? I will set out at once, then.
Okay, not even gonna lie, that's a cool shield.
What is your...
Oh! That's literally one of the best shields in the game, and I just find that? Awesome. That is awesome. Literally nothing better could have happened there. Well, I could have found a dragon bone. I could have found a weapon made out of dragon bone, but you know, eh. Aw, gross. Yes, this should be there. Yep, it is. Good. I'm just gonna go through all these quests in this until I get my hands on the Soul Tier Shout. Oh god, I have to kill a few dragons for that. Ah, god damn it.
Well done. Somehow I knew it. Yes, I see that. I trust his capture was not too difficult a task.
Noah's stuck in that book all day.
I wish I could have been there to hear the sounds of their screams. Well, your thrall awaits, and we have given him the Elder Scroll. Command him to read it, and let us hear the words of prophecy together.
I leave politics to others. I serve the lord of the castle.
Master, I have done as you asked and traveled here. Of course. What is it that you need me to do? Ah, yes, the Elder Scroll. I admit I am looking forward to this. Of course, Master. Now, if everyone will please be quiet, I must concentrate. I see a vision before me, an image of a great bow. I know this weapon. It is Oriel's bow. Now a voice whispers, saying, among the night's children, a dread lord will rise. In an age of strife, when dragons return to the realm of men, darkness will mingle with light, and the night and the day will be as one. The voice fades and the words begin to shimmer and distort. But wait, there is more here. The secret of the bow's power is written elsewhere. I think there is more to the prophecy, recorded in other scrolls. Yes, I see them now. One contains the ancient secrets of the dragons, and the other speaks of the potency of ancient blood. My vision darkens, and I see no more. To know the complete prophecy, we must have the other two scrolls.
That was not as useful as I would have liked. Even so, you did well. My traitor wife stole one of them away and then disappeared. As for the other, the last that I heard, it was lost in the bowels of a Dwemer ruin. It seems our work is not yet done. But I have waited this long, and we are so very close now. I can wait a bit longer.
All this talk of Elder Scrolls and Ariel's bow, Lord Harkon's ambition truly is great.
I have everything I need right here.
Do you have a moment to talk? That moth priest, Dexian, he said we needed 2 other Elder Scrolls. I think I know where we can start looking. Didn't want that lot getting wind of it, especially my father. You know, I've asked myself the same thing. I hoped that if he saw me, he might feel something again. But I guess I don't really factor in at this point. I don't even think he sees me as his daughter anymore. I'm just a means to an end.
What?
We need to find my mother, Valerica. She'll definitely know where it is. And if we're lucky, she actually has it herself.
Yes.
The last time I saw her, she said that she'd go somewhere safe. Somewhere that my father would never search. Other than that, she wouldn't tell me anything. But the way she said it, someplace he would never search. It was cryptic, yet she called attention to it. Maybe. What I can't figure out is why she said it that way. Besides, I can't imagine a single place my father would avoid looking. And he's had all this time, too. Any ideas? Wait, that almost makes sense. I used to help my mother tend a garden in the courtyard here. All of the ingredients for our potions came from there. She used to say that my father couldn't stand the place. Too peaceful. Oh, absolutely. But my mother's not a coward. That is, I don't think we'll actually trip over her there, but it's worth a look. Trust me, I lived here a very long time, and I know every nook and cranny. There's an unused inlet on the northern side of the island that was used by the previous owners to bring supplies into the castle. An old escape tunnel from the castle exits there. I think that's our way in. Come on, it's just around the side.
Wood? Nakast! Wood? Nakast!
I hate that noise. It's very grating. I have a feeling I wasn't supposed to do this the way I did it. Yeah, now I think about it, I'm pretty sure this is wrong. I don't think I've ever seen Dawnguard scouts before. Huh.
Yes? What did you need? Before my father became obsessed with the she was very fond of her alchemical garden in the castle courtyard. She taught me quite like the best of friends. I would never hesitate to share anything. It was very sudden. It was almost like one day we were a normal family, and then the next, I didn't know who they were. I'd try to visit my mother in the garden, and she'd quickly shoo me away. She had to be up to something in that garden. I'm hoping it's a clue that will tell us where she went. Can't wait to see the coordinates.
Wood? Nakas!
Mitten. Come here. Oh no, this is the wrong place. Damn it.
I am but your humble servant, my lord.
Oh my.
Yes? What did you need? Can't wait to see the code.
Do you need something?
fast!
Take a left up here. This is those weird double-barred security measures. Follow that path around and you'll find the other switch.
Alright. Okay.
This leads out to the courtyard. Made it to the courtyard. Oh no. Yes? What did you need? There's not a whole lot. You've already seen my father's obsession. My mother's not a whole lot better, but you'll see that soon enough. My father... No, not really. I did spend a lot of time with my mother, but she saw me more like a protege than a daughter. What about you? What were your parents like? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring up it. Right behind you. What happened to this place? Everything's been torn down. The whole place looks, well, dead. It's like we're the first to set foot here in centuries. This used to lead into the castle's great hall. Looks like my father had it sealed up. I used to walk through here after evening meals. This was my mother's garden. Do you know how beautiful something can be when it's tended by a master for hundreds of years? She would have hated to see it like this. Wait. Something's wrong with the moon dial here. Some of the crests are missing and the dial is askew. I didn't even know the crests could be removed. Maybe my mother's trying to tell us something.
I didn't even mean to find that, honestly. I was like, ooh, is that a quest marker? No. No, it's just something that's very reflective. Oh.
I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon dial. I'm telling you, there's something strange with the moon. Well, as far as I'm aware, it's the only one in existence. The previous owners of the castle had a sundial in the courtyard, and obviously that didn't appeal to my mother. She persuaded an elven artisan to make some improvements. You can see the plates that show the phases of the moons, Maser and Secunda. And that's the thing. What's the point of a moon dial? I always wondered why she didn't just have the whole thing ripped out. But she loved it. I don't know. I guess it's like having a piece of art, if you're into that sort of thing. Hard to say. Maybe if we found the missing crests, we could figure it out. If I had to guess, I'd say the moment Mother fled the castle, Father went on a rampage. Knowing him, anything at all that reminded him of her was just destroyed. It appears that way. I suppose he wanted to put the past behind him. Perhaps if he had spent more time with us, he would have recognized the beauty for himself. Go around for the missing crests. Even in this mess, they should stick out.
Not gonna lie, that startled me a lot. Why did I do that? See me.
Very clever, Mother. Very clever. I've never been in those tunnels before, but I bet they'd run right under the courtyard and into the tower ruins. Well, at least we're getting closer. Let's go. I've never even seen this part of the castle before. Be careful. I don't know what might be around.
Not gonna lie, now I was expecting to happen. I haven't seen this part of the game in a long time, so you know.
Who's there? That'll teach you. Where'd you come from? Who's there? I knew I heard something.
Oops.
Where'd you come from? I knew I heard something. Who's there? I don't think we've reached the top yet. I bet there's some kind of secret passage around here. Leave it to my mother. Very smarter than I've ever heard before. to be it. I knew she was deep into necromancy. I mean, she taught me everything I know. But I had no idea she had a setup like this. She must have spent years collecting these components. And what's this thing? I'm not sure about this circle, but it's obviously something. Let's take a look around. There has to... My mother was meticulous about her research. If we can find her notes, there might be some... I had no idea her laboratory even existed. She had an alchemy set up in her drawing room, but nothing that even comes close to what's here. Looking at the equipment and materials, it looks like she was trying to advance her necromancy. I don't know. Certainly not longevity. Kind of a waste of time for a vampire. Not that I ever saw. My mother had a bit of a thing for magical constructs. Not what you're thinking. She just found them fascinating. I remember she used to keep a small journal. See if you can dig it up.
What? Oh my.
Keep searching for her notes. She probably had a journal or something. Any luck yet? You did? Let me see them.
Christ.
I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems, that the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the soul cairn. The soul cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the soul cairn itself. That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage. A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal. Oh, damn it. We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place. Not bad. We'd better hope that's good enough. Mistakes with these kind of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Oh, good. Well then, let's head over to the portal vessel and I'll do the rest.
Yeah, sure, why not? That looks fucking weird.
Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood. I'll be here. Don't take too long now.
Sweet. That means I can come back here immediately. I'm gonna go here, drop off everything I gained. There you two are. Ah!
Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? Of course. What is it? I've been asking myself the same thing. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost. Possibly. I guess even a vampire mother is still a mother. She worried about me. About all of us. But she wanted to get me as far away from my father as possible. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Are we ready then? All right, here goes.
Java. No. Hold the bay. Why not?
The Soul Cairn is a tiny sliver of oblivion, the realm of the Daedra. It's ruled by unseen beings known as the Ideal Masters. Honestly, I don't know. Necromancers are always interested in souls, though, so that probably has some kind of interest. Nobody really knows. As far as I've heard, no one's seen them and returned to Tamriel to tell about it. I've heard stories about fools that manage to communicate with them. You give the Ideal Masters souls, they give you powers to summon the undead. It's all very businesslike. Because most of the stories end with the Ideal Masters duping the necromancers, who end up dead or wishing they were dead. I'm ready when you are. Let's keep moving.
Wow, that's a big drop in frames.
Damn Akaviri shaman. How could I know it would trap my soul?
I'd heard stories about the Soul Cairn, but never thought I'd see it myself. So far, it's about what I imagined.
If it seems choppy on your end, it's choppy on mine as well. Stream. I lost about half my frames. I've only gained like 7 back though. Oh. Up to 44. Soul embers. Interesting.
What am I doing here? I don't belong in a place like this. Want my advice? Never welch on a bargain with the ideal masters. They don't take it very well.
What?
Let's just say I sold something to a guy who turned out to work for a whole coven of necromancers. How in the name of Zenithar was I to know the ingredients were phony? Do I look like someone that would double... You got it. Horse, wagon. I used to be one of the best traders in High Rock, you know. People would track me down just to see what I had for sale. Very funny. And what exactly are you going to pay me with? Take a look around. Gold doesn't exactly win you any friends around here. I'll tell you what. The only thing I see around here in abundance are soul husks. You know, those ugly... Bring me, say, 25 odds and ends I've gathered over the years. Well, used to gather. Tell me what you're looking for, and maybe we can make a deal. If you have the husks.
Not who I was looking for. Okay, that's interesting. So I'm gonna have to look back on when I'm done streaming. Hey, there's an ideal master. You know, the giant crystal in the sky. The only other times they've been in the franchise, they were crystals. Well, they floated crystals.
Step into the painting, he said. Yeah, sure. Like it's that simple.
Dunavir, destroyer of souls and harbinger of the fallen.
To be honest, I'm trying to find what's his face, the guy who can give me the quest for that purse. You should keep seeing. Where's Serana? Did I never... Oh, there she is.
Look at this place. I can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have been terrified. Mother? Mother!
Can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. You're here to complete the prophecy out of it, not his.
Wait a minute. You brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire of mixed blood is in the company of my daughter? Safe? You call bringing her here safe? Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself. When I fled Castle Volkahar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Ariel and his arcane weapon, Ariel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon. Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor. It was expected of her, just as it was being selected as an offering to Molig Bal is an honor. She wouldn't have dared turn her back on that. It's what some call the domain of Molig Bal. His place in it. Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible. If Harkon obtained Ariel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to tamper her, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires. And how exactly do you plan on completing the prophecy without the death of my daughter? believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I originally suspected. Don't you think I weighed that option before I enacted my plans? You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. You see the tyranny of the sun as your chance at deification. And like Harkon, you won't hesitate to destroy anything that stands in your path. Serana, this stranger may call himself a vampire, but he knows nothing of our struggle. Why should I entrust you to him?
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
If you'd only open your eyes, the moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about. You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different, but in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again. But I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours.
Fucking hell.
Your intentions are, but for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that... Yes, I've kept it safely secured here. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these rooms. You need to locate the tallest. At their bases, the barriers destroy the keepers that are tending them. One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls it... The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat. As you've been traveling in the Soul Camp, let's just say a tiny part of you rubbed off on it, and in its place, a bit of the Soul Cairn filled the void. You should find no difficulty using the portal any longer. Harkon's vision is a world plunged in... What he fails to realize is how much attention would be if eternal night fell. There are many. The order of the day would be our destruction. Until every last vampire was hunted. I do. It's how the vampire has survived for millennia. When I entered the Soul Camp, I had intended to strike a bargain with the... I requested refuge in the Soul Camp. And in exchange, if I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, the Ideal Masters unleashed them. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay. And unfortunately, yes, since the Keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions. Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has... I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game. Each watching the other. I know very little. They're mystic entities that lord over the Soul Camp. Control... Well, some necromancers believe they are the crystalline structures dotting the Soul Camp. I believe there's more to it than that. I think they transcend what we perceive as a physical form. Perhaps they were once corporeal beings, but they've obviously reached conduits through which the Ideal Masters speak to their underlings and feel. The Ideal Masters' weakness is their insatiable hunger for pure souls. It's the reason for the Soul Cairn's existence, and the only leverage a necromancer has when bargaining. The ability to summon powerful undead guardians, as what... However, the majority of necromancers that are foolish enough to enter into a bargain with the Ideal Masters want as harvested souls.
getting the stream here. I'm getting annoyed by all these notifications from Discord. Anyway, this has been a pretty long stream, I think. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video or stream. I don't know.